I do really like Sleep Token. I think they're a great band. Yeah, I can see you're already like, where's this going? And I really like a lot of the music. But the thing I can't remember, I've said this to at least one other person, and I've had a few friends that I've said this to, and I think they've sort of agreed in some ways, others haven't. But the whole like mask thing, I'm not just sort of on the it's a gimmick kind of train, but I think when you listen to the lyrics and how it's quite a personal sounding like sound. That's a very poor way of phrasing that, but it sounds very intimate, especially with the sort of vocal techniques he uses and stuff, and some of the quieter sections and the piano sections in songs. That to me, to take the face away from that, feels a little bit. I don't want to say disingenuous, 'cause that sounds a bit harsh, but it's like, to me, it doesn't perfectly. The masked element and the anonymous element doesn't perfectly line up with some of these, particularly when the songs are describing like a person, like, he's talking about like about you, or about, or it's about love, or about some sort of whatever. I just don't feel like that lines up with being an anonymous band. I think what lines up with anonymous bands is, you typically think of like what's the movie with the famous, is it the Vendetta?
Oh, V for Vendetta.
Yeah, and it's obviously like anti-establishment, and that's the kind of thing I put alongside a masked anonymous kind of, song, artists maybe the anti-establishment in some way, or or discussing things that maybe are less personal. That's just my sort of hot take. I don't even know how hot a take that is. Maybe it's a lukewarm take. I don't know.
Well, I get it, but I also think in terms of, the anonymity allows for Sleep Token, because this is something I've been thinking about as well, and it allows for, I think, whoever Sleep Token is to bear everything and not kind of have any of not the consequences, that's the wrong kind of word, but like, you can literally just say everything you want to say, and no one knows really what it's about, who it's directed to, and kind of, it almost allows to be completely emotionally like out there, but revealing nothing, which I kind of think is quite cool. Like that, the Take Me Back to Eden is at the moment my album of the year. I absolutely love that album, and I wasn't a fan of the last album. I really liked Sundowning. That was really, really good, but the previous one just kind of didn't really do that much for me. I saw loads of critical acclaim for it, and everyone said it was amazing, but it just, I don't know. I think it was just, like I said, it wasn't experimental enough. It was kind of like singy bit, breakdown, singy bit, heavy bit, and they tried some little things here. But when I heard Chokehold and The Summoning, I was like, wow, okay, this is really, really cool. But I know, I agree with that. You got Slipknot as well. They're kind of like a band that have literally like, they kind of started the whole mask thing really, and really popularized it. So I don't think it's, it's too out there to say that, man, at all.
Yeah. I think, is it Mushroom Head? Won't those fans get annoyed at you for saying Slipknot started that? Is that them?
Yeah, I'll probably be crucified by Mushroom Head fans now.
Yeah, that was as far as, they're the ones that all the diehard fans are like, they didn't do that first. It's like, it doesn't matter. Because Slipknot, I think a big part of for them doing the mask thing, my understanding is so that they could get on stage and sort of bare all and not have to worry about like being them, if that makes sense. It kind of removes, ironically, by removing the personal, the face to it, you can sort of, I suppose you remove that fear of judgment, which is quite an important thing in that.
Yeah, for sure.
In that regard, yeah.